Thanks for joining today's CAD lesson. In today's exercise, we would explore the sweep command, specifically how to sweep and twist. We would be creating these two models I just showed with that command. The major difference between these two is that for this one, it is created from a circular profile, and this second one is also created from a rectangular profile with fillets at the corners. Let's begin with this exercise. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, you can drop them in the comment section. I will respond to them as soon as I can. I have Autodesk Inventor opened here. Let's get the worksheet into Ctrl+N or New. Under Part, Create 2D and 3D Object, we'll select the standard millimeter IPT sheet template and create. As I mentioned at the beginning, we would be using the sweep command. To sweep, what you need is a profile and a path you want to sweep along. Now let's create the profile. To do that, we would pick the 2D sketch command and we want to create this profile on the XY plane. The profile is going to be a circle, so we pick the circle command. Let's draw the circle right here. We would dimension this circle and give that a diameter of 10. Let's enter that. We would also put a vertical constraint between the center point of that circle and the origin. Let's right click and then OK. We need 3 more of these circles. For that, we can use the circular pattern command. Let's pick that under the pattern section. And the geometry we want to pattern is going to be the circle, the axis. We want that to go around is going to be the origin. Now, for the occurrence count, we want 4 of them. I'll specify that here and OK. Next, what we want to do is to make tangent these circles. So you can select any 2 of them that should constrain all 4 circles. You can right click and OK. We can finish the sketch. Now we have our profile. Next, we want to draw the path. We want to sweep these circles around this way. For that reason, we have to pick the XZ plane to create the sketch on. Now let's pick the 2D sketch command and create on the XZ plane just like I explained. For that, we would pick the circle command. The path is going to be a circle. Let's draw the circle here. I'll do that down here. And I will dimension this circle as 75. Let's enter that. Great. Next, I'm going to put a coincident constraint between the circle and the origin, and also put a vertical constraint. It's because of this orientation of the view cube. That is why, even though we are selecting the vertical constraint, we are getting the horizontal one. So you can rotate this, and now you can use your vertical constraint. But we don't even need the vertical, we need the horizontal. All you have to do is to hold down the shift key and select the center point of the circle, and you can select the origin also. You can right click OK. Let's finish this sketch. Now we have our profile and we have our path. Let's use the sweep command. I will pick that under the create session. Let me move this out of our way. The profile is going to be these circles like I explained, so let's select all of them. Before we even go on to select the other circles, for the twist here, chances are that you will have yours at 0. So let me put mine at 0 also. Let's go back into the profiles. Make sure that is blue outlined so you can select the other 3 profiles. Now the path is going to be the path we placed, which is the circle. So I'll make sure I select this and select the path. Great. Now what I want to do is to twist. So for the behavior under the twist session, you have to twist and you define how many twists you want. One complete twist is 360, but I want to do 3 of that. So I'm going to multiply by 3 and I would get the preview just as seen here. For the body name, I usually don't even change it. I don't think I have ever done that. So we can OK. And just like that, our model has been created. You can at this point apply your appearance. Let's do that together. For that, I'm going to select one of these twists or one of these circles that form the twist. And so let me pick the first one. Let me drop down the default option. And for this first one, I'm going to choose the appearance latest. So type L so you can jump to the L column and look for that latest. Okay, latest isn't found here. It is found under the Autodesk appearance library. So just select that, go back and drop down the default, and you can type L. This time you should be able to find latest. There we have it. I would select that. Great. Now for this one also, I'm going to pick that, but you realize that there is the second face of it that should also be selected. So hold down Control, you would select that as well, and drop down the appearance option. Also move to the L column. Let's do this time the LED on, LED green on. I would select that. Also for this and the other face that forms that twist, hold down Control key, select the two of them, drop down the appearance option. We would move to the L column. This time let's do the LED red on, and then finally we would select these two faces of the fourth twist, drop down the appearance options, and this time also we would do the LED yellow on. Just like that, our first model has been created. We go to view, shadows, reflection. The lighting effect will be changed to the default light. Now we can do the second model. Let's get a new worksheet for that. New standard millimeter IPT we would create. This is going to be done in same steps. Let's pick the 2D sketch command and create the profile on the XY plane. The profile this time is a rectangle. Drop down the rectangle options and select the 2-point center. We want to draw that here. You can right click OK. Let's also make equal this length and that one, and dimension this as 10. We would enter that. Let's create circular patterns of this as well. Before we do that, let's put a fillet. So the fillet command, the fillet radius of 2 mm is fine. We want to put that to this corner, that one also this corner, and finally that corner. We can close this for now. Let's circular pattern, the circular pattern command. The geometries we want to circular pattern are going to be these. So let's select all edges of this rectangle together with the fillet. The axis we want that to go around is going to be this. No, not that. And so go back and select the axis and pick the origin. We want instances of 4. I'll type that in here. Let's OK. We would then make tangent this and that one, and put a vertical constraint between the center point of this rectangle and the origin that should constrain it. You can right click OK. Let's finish this sketch. We have to create the path now. For that, we would also pick the 2D sketch command and create the path on the XZ plane. I'll go ahead and select that. The path is going to be a circle. Let's pick the circle command again. We can draw that here. Also a circle of diameter 75. Let's enter that. You can right click OK. Let's move this down a little bit. Let me use the center point to do that. We would make coincident this circle and the origin, and also apply a vertical constraint, but it's giving us the horizontal. So hold down the shift key to get the vertical and apply that between the center point of the circle and the origin. Make sure you're holding down the shift key. You can right click and OK. We have our path. Now we can finish and sweep. The sweep command, the profiles are going to be this, that one, and this, and then the select curve is going to be the path we drew. Now for the twist, we are going to maintain same, which is 360 degrees multiplied by 3. Let's OK. Now there we have our second model. We can also change the appearance of this. Let's drop down the default option. Also, let's do latest for this entire model. We can then select some faces to change the appearance of that. Let me select first of this face. We can also select this one, that one. You can select them as many faces as you want to apply the appearance to. Great. Now I'm going to drop down the appearance options. Let's do any appearance at this point in order to save time. I'm going to do the LED red on. Right, so there we have it. You can also select this face, hold down Control, select that one. Let's select this and that. Also this one and that one. We will drop down the appearance options. Let's do this time the LED yellow on. Okay, let's do our rendering, view, shadows, reflection. We will change the lightning effect to the default light. Now this is the second model and we have the first one here. That is going to be it for today's tutorial. I hope you have fun creating this. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section. I would respond to them. Don't forget to share this with your CAD friends and also save this. I'll see you soon in the next tutorial. Bye.